Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Drunk K-Pop, the show where we watch K-pop and get wasted.
I'm Claire.
And I'm Abby.
And we are your drunk K-pop moms, as it were. I forgot what our tagline
We
was.
are your drunk K-Pops.
We are your drunk K-pops. We are your drunks. Cheers.
Resident drunks.
We are your resident drunks and resident K-pop moms, here to guide you on a spiritual journey through K-pop. And today, we are going to do some relatively new things.
New enough.
New enough.
Yeah.
New enough that it's still important.
Yay.
At least. Certainly to me.
We still have points. Points to be made.
Points.
Yes. What are we doing? What are we watching?
We are watching BTS Map of the Soul 7's first release, not the single, but the interlude, Shadow.
The first trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Very exciting. We're continuing with our fandom privileges, as we did with EXO Obsession, in that Claire was allowed to watch it. I did not watch it. So it's my first reaction, and Claire has done all the research of all of the, symbolisms. There's always some good symbolisms, some good fan theories. So
I got notes.
we got notes on notes.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
But we should watch it first.
Yes.
Let's do that.
All right.
All right, headphones on.
Headphones on.
This is BTS Interlude, Shadow. 1, 2, 3.
All right. All right, we got some scribblies. Is this flowers or viscera?
I think it's wax.
Okay. You could tell where I work.
I wanna be rapped. I wanna be the top. I wanna be the rockstar. I want it on mine. I wanna be rich. I wanna be the king. I wanna go win. I wanna be rapped. I wanna be the top. I wanna be a rockstar.
Ooh, that was a cool camera angle on
Yeah.
that.
I wanna be rich. I wanna be the king. I wanna be me. I wanna pick team more boy. Let me see. I got a big trim. Yeah.
Oh, Are You Late Too?
Mm-hmm. You got a good glass ceiling.
That's
Okay.
BTS album.
Yep. I remember that one back in the day.
Back in the day. It's a good robotic camera work.
Ooh. Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that.
And there are also 7 of them.
What, really?
There are
Wait.
7 men. Yeah.
Oh. Interesting. But he's one of the 7.
Well, 7 shadows. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're all shadow dressed.
Oh, all the phones. Whoa. I really like the scribbles.
Yeah. All of the broken glass and broken mirrors and things like that too.
Well, the scribbles were in TXT's MV too, so I guess it's an effective big hit. Well versed in.
I wanna be the top. I wanna be a rockstar. I want it on mine. I wanna be rich. I wanna be the king. I wanna go win. I wanna
Getting dark.
Ooh.
I wanna be the top. I wanna be a rockstar.
And the phones keep going. I like that one person that's recording horizontally.
I wanna be the king. I wanna be me.
Oh. Oh, shit.
So much distortion.
Oh. So many fucking phones.
But also, some of the phones are facing the viewer.
Oh, yep. People do that at the airport a lot. Oh, he was in the audience and also on the stage. Oh. But that's the shadow him, right? Because he's all in black.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh.
Ooh, how's it feel? We'll never-
Interesting. Okay. I guess I'll give my thoughts first and then you unpack them. Bring out the notebook of notes.
It's my notes. Let me open up.
Some
Let me tell a tale.
hot notes.
First,
Well, I mean, I mean, the main
Yeah.
things that I noticed first. So the phones are obviously super clear.
Yeah.
And that makes me think of, in particular, I've found that a lot of Korean artists are used to the phones being brought out all the time, but they're not a fan of it.
Yes, and
Especially
Suga-
hip hop artists.
Yeah, Suga in particular said in V Lives that he really hates when people have their phones out and would rather people just like live in the moment and appreciate what they're seeing live as opposed to seeing through a screen like they always do.
Yeah, like literally, I went to a Zico concert in 2018, and we saw him the night before at a club, and then we saw him at the actual concert itself. And he literally the entire front. I was in the front standing area, and the whole entire front was everyone all had their phones out. And it was like me and like a couple of my friends that we only brought our phones up a little bit, and then we put them away, and we were also one of the very few that still had our BBC light sticks going.
Yeah.
And he came over and like looked at us in the eye multiple times because he was like, "Hello, you are people that are here to enjoy." And I think a lot of, in particular, Korean hip hop artists care for that a lot because a lot of other hip hop artists have mentioned that they hate that.
Yeah. As far as in the pop machine that pumps
Yeah.
out this kind of music, a lot
Yeah.
of K-pop is like from that machine, so they're sort of more used to it, whereas I feel like hip-hop comes so far out of people's souls, and that's no less true of BTS's rappers. They write their own things, and I think that they hate that sort of lack of face-to-face connection.
When you're a hip hop artist and you're sort of pouring your feelings out on the paper and you're trying to get people to connect with you, and even if you're a fan who gets that connection and you try to like tweet at them or something or like make a sign or whatever and be like, "Oh my god, like you meant a lot to me," that's special and I do appreciate that, but it means a lot more to be in the moment of looking eye to eye with that person and being like, "I'm here with you, we're both enjoying what you're saying to me, you're saying it, I'm getting it."
Yeah, like
that sort of
mutual
thing.
appreciation.
Yeah, versus especially with BTS because they've gotten so popular. There's everyone and their mother wants to have a good fan cam and be like, "Oh my god, I was the one who posted that fan cam."
And people make money off of that.
Yeah.
Like people make money off of selling the pictures and videos they do to people, so it's like people who are up there with their cameras. I had an experience where I saw them on Good Morning America and just happened to be surrounded by people with like wildlife photography length cameras, and Hosok spent the entire time like glaring at me and those four girls around me because he was so angry that they were there and like ruining the experience for everybody else who couldn't see over their enormous cameras.
And Hosok's your favorite.
And he's
too.
my favorite, and I was so sad that he hated me.
He's such a nice guy.
And I totally get it. I understand. Like, I wouldn't want to look out into the audience and be looking down the barrel of a Canon lens. Like that's,
fully a barrel. It's
a barrel.
not like
they were huge lenses.
Yeah.
It was aggressive and like not fan-like, and it it made me uncomfortable. And I could see if I was on the receiving end, much like you are at the end of the video when all of the phones face you, like it is isolating and uncomfortable to be just facing all of those phone lights instead of people's faces.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
You want to talk about symbolism?
Well, let me if any other things that I can think of, because the other things I can think of is I noticed there was a lot of broken glass ceiling, so that's clear and obvious, and that's really cool. They have broken glass ceilings by being able to do as much as they've done in the West.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to say America, but like the entire West. And I mean, like they've been nominated for huge awards. They've gotten to go to a huge award shows that other iconic people have not been able to go to yet. So like that's really cool and exciting, and it's cool that they noted that. And they're like, well, this is a thing that we've done.
Yeah,
we have done it. And the one other thing, so do we like? I know that stuff in the hallway was made of wax.
Yeah,
but is it?
I think
okay.
I'm not the research.
It's very likely,
but very likely.
But imagery wise, it felt somewhere between like a flat like flowers, like red flowers. And also made me think of viscera, like human viscera.
It kind of reminded me of
gross
viscera.
And like blood. And so that's an interesting combo. I mean, like that's something that's a comparison that's been done in multiple literature and film works and stuff, comparing flowers and blood and all of that. But it is really interesting to combine the two things of like these are both parts of what you do when you're an artist, is you receive flowers, but you're also giving so much of yourself. Yeah.
I think that's a lovely take that I hadn't thought of. Lovely. So great.
We love some good viscera on the walls.
We love some good wall viscera.
Yeah.
Speaking of wall viscera, I don't have any notes on that, but I have other notes. you perhaps did not recognize it because you are not as familiar with their discography as I am,
Mm-hmm.
but the opening music and the music throughout a lot of it is sampled from Oh, Are You Late Too? Which is the album that came after School Love Affair, which is the one that's referenced in Boy with Love, Boy in Love, they tie together.
Yeah.
School Love Affair is that album, and that was referenced in Persona a great deal. And so the next album down, Oh, Are You Late Too? So I don't know if they'll reference that further, but I think that they definitely referenced the intro to that album in this interlude. And I think it's interesting that they called this an interlude instead of an intro like they usually do, kind of making it all part and parcel with Map of the Soul, Persona, and whatever's to come next, perhaps. I don't know if this will be a trilogy or not, because...
We love trilogies.
We love trilogies, though, so it probably will be. Especially because ego's the other Jungian word. Speaking of Jung, not just Jungi, but Carl Jung, he is obviously a deep influence on this album and the previous album, Persona. Just, Namjoon's a good Jung fan. He loves it. He writes quotes on things. He quotes them all the time.
Yep.
And as far as his philosophy of psychology, the shadow is the unconscious and the repressed part of you. And so, I feel like the broken mirror that comes up and shows the inner part of him and all of the smashing of the mirror to, reveal the unconscious.
Okay.
And things like that was a lot of imagery that was there. And
we're kind of going a little Kingdom Hearts in this.
I feel that, yeah.
It's a little
Kingdom Hearts.
Are we going... Do we have princesses to save?
Yeah.
Where's the Keyblades?
Where's the
Keyblades?
But there's also a lot of other throwbacks besides to Are You Late Too to No More Dream, because his opening rap in English is kind of reminiscent of, he wants big house with big cars and big rings.
Big rings! Wait, can we do that one more time together? Because I feel like...
I want a
big house and big cars and big rings! Iconic.
But so he had, those were his big dreams at the time that he wasn't allowed to have, and now that he has reached this peak,
Now he has those
things, but he wants more things, and it's a very self-aggrandizing rap, and it's very Western in certain ways in that respect, but it's also just a real contrast with the rest of the Korean lyrics of it, which are I'm afraid, I don't, he even sings in English, I don't want to shine, I don't want to fly, I don't want this, and that's his shadow, his unconscious, that's saying oh God, we're here,
this is a lot.
And the bright lights and things like that are all shining towards him. The brighter the light, the bigger the shadow.
Yeah.
Visual
Yay.
metaphors. We like some visual metaphors.
Still very Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
Goofy's just going to be in the video, in the comeback track. It's going to be great. BTS featuring Goofy.
Featuring Goofy and Donald Duck.
I want a big house, big cars, and big rings.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Just Goofy covers of BTS from now on.
Yes.
Especially the serious emotional stuff like this song.
Yes.
But I think that a lot of it, the lyrics reflect the fear of fame, and despite his rap that's I want to be a rap star, I want to be a star, I want to be everything, I want to have it all be mine, and things like that, and then to back off of that and be I am afraid of what this makes me, and am I a monster because of bringing the shadow into things. Yeah. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and I think there's also a factor with the shadow itself, because there's the shadow of your own inner self, of the things that you want and the things and all of that. But there's also the shadow that sort of drags along behind you in a way. So I think something, I mentioned it a little bit in our decade video, I believe, about the milkshake duck phenomenon.
Yep.
Yeah, and I can understand, especially as BTS continue to rise and get more popular and get more well-known and have more and more eyes on them, there's more of the fear of, the slightest thing can go wrong and just, you're the fall off the cliff and everything. There's no net to catch you.
Yeah.
There's no, fans will say, oh, we're fans and we'll catch you, but, if something, something might go horribly wrong. I'm not putting that into the universe, but,
that happens. People could turn on you.
Yeah, and so that's really scary as well, because with the speed of their rise, that can also, there's also the sense of the roller coaster's going to go back down at some point.
And I think that's interesting because in contrast to Map of the Soul Persona, which was sort of about their outward selves that are for ARMY, I feel like Map of the Soul Shadow, which it isn't, it's 7, but
but
this is
that's the vibe.
in the vibe of the selection of
Well, I
Jung
think
concepts.
hasn't Shadow been a thing that like ARMY have been talking about for a while, where they thought the comeback track was going to be Shadow or something, or that
Yeah.
was, like, leaked somewhere or something?
Because the id ego super ego of Jung is persona, shadow, ego, I think.
Okay.
Still
Yeah.
but either way,
Yeah.
Shadow was the next in line, so that
Yeah,
was
so
the
that makes
guess.
sense. Yeah.
And so it's not surprising that they named a track after that, even if they didn't name the album after that. I think that it's the natural progression of the story that they're trying to tell, and I think that's really cool and very
We love some
interesting.
Jung.
We love some Jung.
Some Jung and some Jung-E.
We love
He's
both.
a good boy.
He does seem like a good boy.
He seems like a good dude.
Yeah.
My favorite thing, I have a lot of good memes of Jung-E. My favorite one is the negative sides of capitalism. It's just really good. It's so useful.
It's so good.
He's a good dude.
Yeah. But what I was going to say is, like, Persona was more like, this is for ARMY. And I feel like 7 is going to be, this is a prediction, 7 is going to be more about them.
This is for us.
Yeah,
This is the
this
thing
is-
that we need to do.
The thing that we're doing for ourselves and our self-expression, as opposed to giving this fanciful boy with love kind of track, which is a gift to fans.
Yeah.
This is more introspective.
And that's also, I'm sure, part of the Shadow is that it's scary to have risen so high with these, like, cutesy, with Boy With Love and DNA. DNA sort of started their rise in the West, going with these cutesy things, and then being like, okay, well, now we have to show the other part of ourselves. We can't just keep going in this direction. We have to round ourselves out, and how are people going to respond to that if people don't know us that well? How are they going to deal with it?
It seems scary. So I'm really into it.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool track. I'm ready for the whole album. We'll see how it goes. I forgot about Basquiat.
Do you want to talk about Basquiat? We can cut it.
I just want to say quickly other visual symbolism besides "Oh, Are You Late" 2 being written everywhere and there being like 8s and...
Wait, actually, I didn't see any of the Basquiat crowns.
It comes up twice. It's very quick.
Is
in
it
the
in the
scribbles.
doodlies?
It's in the doodlies.
Okay, gotcha.
There is a Basquiat crown, drawn in the doodlies, which is symbolic in the artist's work for wanting to be a king and wanting to be recognized as a higher power of sorts in the art world. And I think that is something that Yoongi feels in this song.
Yeah.
He expresses that he wants to be a star.
Yeah.
Art. I'm a Basquiat fan.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us on this adventure with Interlude Shadow by BTS. Make sure to check out the description box for our Twitter and information about what we're eating and drinking today. On that note, whenever we are grown adults, we do drink on occasion. We always make sure to do it in a generally healthy way.
Yeah.
We have water and other hydrating drinks on standby. We have snacks to take care of ourselves.
I'm
Please
pointing
always...
to things off camera, but they're there.
They're there. Please always make sure to drink responsibly and take care of yourself. Oh, I said drink responsibly already. What's
Yeah,
that?
it's okay, but we can say it again, just louder.
Yep.
If you want to subscribe, that would be great, because then you'll be able to catch our next video. If you hit the bell button, it'll even tell you when it is.
You can also check out some of our other hot content. We are going to we're also going to do the next release. All of the BTS things as they happen, we're going to do them.
You're welcome. This is my choice, and it's going to happen.
Yep. We also have other fun things. We did a countdown of 2019. We did a countdown of the decade, which is very informative.
We worked really hard on those, and it would be great
Yes.
if you could watch them. And we'd love to know your thoughts.
Yeah, we would love to know your thoughts. We're also going to be trying a bunch of new things in the year 2020. We're going to try a bunch of new things. So we would love to have your input as we do them.
Yeah, and remember,
Drink responsibly.